It's not been the easiest start to the season for Darren Stewart here at Gombak United. Having to see two of his top scorers from last season leave the club at short notice. So how's he going to adapt to the new season? He's going to bring in new players, and has his thinking changed for the coming season? We'll find out in this interview, which is exclusive here in it. Alright Darren, you started your career in the old NSL. Now, I was a fan of back in the old NSL days. I was on the terraces, I saw you play a few times. You were an APIA boy, yeah?
Yeah, that was the good old days, I think, as well. It was a tremendous era of football, and the players that come out of that time, I think, were just, different class. Atmosphere was different to what it is now, although the product of the A-League's a bit better. But
is it?
Yeah, I think the old NSL were the good days.
Yeah, I think there's something nostalgic about that. I remember seeing you guys play St George many times. You may remember the grand final when you lost 4-0.
Yeah, that's a good memory. Although I wasn't in the squad, so...
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And what's interesting is seeing so many of you guys from that era stood in this region.
Yeah, it is. I think now the only people are realising how the quality was back then. It was really quality football, and I think a lot of people now are starting to realise that back then it wasn't
so bad.
It wasn't bad at all. Yeah.
We've got Abba Sadler over here now.
Yeah.
Scotty Orenshaw's up the road.
Yeah.
On the boat and whatever.
Yeah. No.
There's a few kicking around. But of course, then back then, the option of playing in Europe wasn't really there, was it?
Not really, mate. There was only a couple that went across.
John Cosmina.
Yeah, there was a few that went over, but it wasn't like today. So all the quality was back home.
Or to come to Southeast Asia.
A couple of, towards the end, a couple of us come over this way, but back in...
Alistair Edwards as well.
Yeah, Alistair Edwards,
Scotty,
yeah. Alan Davidson.
Yeah, he tried in England as well, didn't he? Yeah. So Southeast Asia was the place to be, and for you it still is.
Well, it is, yeah. It's my home now. Can't see me going back home.
So what was your first team here?
I joined Balestier here in Singapore, but I played for 7 years with Johor FA in the Malaysian Cup. Those tremendous years there. Come over here and played for 3 years, and then realised the legs were gone, so stopped playing. Joined a football academy, Little League, which I run now. I've run for the past 8 years,
right?
And that's given me a lot of pleasure. But coaching-wise, mate, I joined Scotty O'Donnell, a great friend of mine, now the national coach of Cambodia. I joined him at Geylang for a couple of years, and then when he left, I left. And I've been at Gombak for the past 2.5 years.
So this is your first job where...
Yeah, basically the first one where I've had...
stops with you.
Yep, the buck stops with me, and it's
great fun. All right.
It's great fun until the losses come, mate. That's...
Yeah, well, you had a good run last year, didn't you? You went about 10 or 12 games unbeaten.
We did, mate. We come third. Had a really good run. Good season, great club, good chairman, backs us up with money. Not afraid to put his hand in his pocket, which is very vital. But then, goes with the territory. You've got to win football games. So.
For sure, yeah. One thing about Gombak over the last few years, and even back to before you arrived, was that there's a long, a thread of continuity. A lot of players been here for 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah. And
you must have been planning for this season based upon that premise as well. It's like, here's my squad. They will know each other. Yeah, well, right away.
You're spot on there, and what a lot of people don't ask is the question of why. A lot of people will just say, you've got a same squad, same players, you should play well, but the reason they're here is because they're happy. The chairman looks after them. Our salaries are never a day late, which in this part of the world is pretty good. Yeah. Pretty damn good, yeah. And,
of course, would like that, wouldn't they?
Bonuses are paid, at the end of the year. And I think there's a reason why the boys always want to stay here. We lose or let go a couple of players each year. But then all of a sudden, in the last month, we've lost Agu, we've lost OJ and Kingsley, and between them they scored 43 goals, I think, last year.
So how do you replace 43 goals in what you had 1 week to do it or something?
Yeah, we had 8 days, I think. I mean, we didn't have Agu from the start, but then Kingsley got I think 9 and OJ got 25, and within the space of 3 days we were told look, you better find some players. Okay.
So I guess Yishan Super Red's misfortune was your good news. The Super Red lads are both from there, or
yeah, they're both from the Super Reds. Both good players, both quality players, good people. But as you said, mate, to replace overnight 43 goals or whatever it was, you need to be a miracle worker to.
Yeah. What about? I mean, are you going to change the style of play a little bit this year?
We have to. Mate.
Last year it was. Yeah. It wasn't physical, it was strong and it was pacey, wasn't it?
Last year we were direct. We didn't hide the fact that we were direct. We had the strength to be direct, and then we were fast out wide. So we got out wide, then we got balls in the box, and we had the big boys to finish it off. So we have to change our style. We all know it, the boys, me, the club, and yeah, it'll take time, but we can't use time as an excuse because the season will be half gone. If it takes us half the season, it's over. So we're working pretty hard to get the new system into place as quick as we can.
And you got in Obadin, who's a lad, I saw him play a few times last year with Young Lions. He's a player that I've never heard a bad word about.
Tremendous character, unbelievable player, and I think better things will be beckoning for him in Singapore soon because he's just the ultimate professional.
And yeah, I've heard he's had a really good. I was talking to Goran just now, obviously, and yourself, about opportunities for Australian lads to come over here and give it a go, move on from the state leagues.
Without a doubt, mate, and Goran's proved it. He was like a virtual no-name that, that I was recommended by Milan Bravojevic, a former APIA player, a good friend of mine, and no one had heard of him. And he come over here and he's been brilliant. He's been different class. And again, being professional, he's just incredible. So the opportunity for young players from back home to make the step at a professional level is a terrific opportunity.
What about, there's been, every time Singapore and the national team loses, out come the same tired old headlines saying we've got to give the young players a chance. What young players do you see coming through we've said Obadin, but what young players coming through here in Singapore do you see having the same impression in the future as players like Alam Shah and...
the young Lions have got quite a few really good players that are coming through, but look, Raddy knows what he's doing. He's a great coach, and some of the criticism he's had lately is totally unjustifiable. It's ridiculous. And people like Fazrul Nawaz, our striker, he's 24. He'll be definitely a player that will step up in the future. But when Singapore loses, it just seems to be always a big problem. And in football, that happens. But the criticism Raddy's received is just scandalous.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, mate.
Cheers, mate.
I'm off to get the bus.